Welcome back to Auto Rush Pro, where real car lovers come for real reviews. And today we're diving into a machine that nobody expected to make such a loud comeback. This is the 2026 Oldsmobile 442, a legendary American muscle nameplate reborn with modern engineering, iconic styling, and brute force attitude. When a brand like Oldsmobile returns to the market after decades, expectations are sky high, nostalgia is heavy, and mistakes are not allowed. So the question is simple: did Oldsmobile manage to redefine American muscle for a new generation? Or is this just another name slapped on a modern shell? Let's find out, because this new 442 might surprise you more than you think. The first moment you see the 2026 Oldsmobile 442, it feels like someone took the soul of classic Detroit muscle and injected it with cutting-edge aesthetics. The stance is wide, low, and unmistakably aggressive. Oldsmobile kept the DNA alive with squared shoulders, bold contours, and a slightly retro, fastback silhouette that instantly reminds classic car lovers of the original 442 lineage. But this is far from a retro copy. Up front, the LED signature lights carve clean lines through the air, framing a modern mesh grille that carries the new Oldsmobile emblem with pride. The lower intake stretches wider than most rivals, giving it a track-ready presence before you even hear the engine. Every angle of this car is sculpted to mix performance with nostalgia. The hood vents are functional, the muscular wheel arches give the car a planted look, and the body lines run flush from the front to the rear with a level of precision the old 442 never had. Move around to the back, and you're met with a beautifully aggressive finish. The taillights stretch across the rear deck with a futuristic light bar that still hints at the classic 1970s design. Quad exhaust outlets sit deep in a diffuser that isn't just for show. It actually helps stabilize the car at high speeds. The exterior gives you that instant feeling that this car belongs to the modern supermuscle era alongside the Mustang GTD, the Challenger Demon 170, and the new Camaro SS. It's a true American muscle revival with international appeal. Once you step inside the 2026 Oldsmobile 442, the character of the car shifts from raw aggression to modern premium performance. Oldsmobile didn't go minimalistic like some brands. Instead, they went for a driver-focused cockpit that blends technology with old-school muscle car vibes. The first thing that catches your attention is the digital gauge cluster, crisp, customizable, and inspired by classic 442 dials. You can switch between analog-style needles, performance track data, or a modern clean view. It's the perfect mix of heritage and modern convenience, and a wider rear track that keeps the car glued to the pavement. Braking is handled by big Brembo performance brakes with 6-piston calipers up front and drilled rotors for maximum heat control. Even with all this power, the 442 offers multiple drive modes: Tour, Sport, Track, and Custom, allowing drivers to tailor throttle response, suspension behavior, exhaust sound, and steering weight to their exact preference. In Tour mode, the car quiets down and softens, giving you a surprisingly comfortable daily driving experience. But switch to Track mode and the entire personality transforms. The exhaust opens up with a thunderous roar, the suspension tightens, and the car turns into a focused performance weapon. Fuel economy isn't the selling point here, but with cylinder deactivation tech, the 442 manages somewhat respectable efficiency for a high-output V8 when cruising. Still, no one buys this car for miles per gallon. They buy it for smiles per gallon, and on that scale, the 442 delivers in full force. Now let's talk pricing, because Oldsmobile positioned the 2026 442 to compete directly with the Mustang GT, Camaro SS, and even certain premium European performance coupes. The base price starts around $62,000, offering serious performance at a competitive entry point. A fully loaded performance package with track suspension, premium brakes, Alcantara interior, and the manual transmission pushes the price closer to $74,000. Compared to rivals offering similar power and tech, this is strong value for a car carrying both modern engineering and a legendary American badge. The 2026 Oldsmobile 442 is not just a revival. It is a bold statement that American muscle still has a place in the modern automotive world, even with EVs dominating the headlines. It blends raw power with refined engineering, classic style with modern technology, and heritage with innovation. Whether you're in the US, UK, Canada, or Germany, this car has the kind of universal appeal that speaks to muscle car fans everywhere. A car with character, with noise, with presence, and with a personality that you simply cannot replace with an electric motor. If you want a car that gives you nostalgia without compromise, power without excuses, and design without dullness, the 2026 Oldsmobile 442 brings all of it together in one roaring, road-devouring package. This is not just a comeback. It's a rebirth worthy of the name, and for many enthusiasts, this is exactly the kind of muscle car magic they've been waiting for. Thanks for watching Auto Rush Pro. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment on how you feel about Oldsmobile's return. Until next time, drive safe and stay passionate about cars. The steering wheel is thick, flat-bottomed, and wrapped in smooth leather with contrast stitching. Paddle shifters feel solid and metallic, giving you that satisfying mechanical click that many modern cars lost. The center console houses a large infotainment screen angled slightly toward the driver. It supports wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, a premium audio system, and a performance telemetry suite that records your runs, lap times, and even G-forces. Oldsmobile didn't cut corners on technology, but everything is tuned to enhance the muscle car experience rather than distract from it. The seats are another highlight. Bolstered, heated, ventilated, and wrapped in a mix of leather and Alcantara, they hold you firmly during spirited driving while still giving you long-distance comfort. The stitching patterns are inspired by the original 442 interiors, adding a nostalgic touch. Space in the cabin is surprisingly decent, especially in the front where the driver and passenger get generous legroom. The rear seats aren't the biggest, but they're functional for short trips or younger passengers. The material quality throughout the cabin feels premium. Soft touch panels, metal trim pieces, and a layout that feels much more upscale than many expected from the Oldsmobile revival. But the real magic happens when you press the start button. The 2026 Oldsmobile 442 comes alive with a deep, old-school muscle rumble that instantly separates it from silent EV competitors. Under the hood, Oldsmobile brings a modern American powerhouse, a 6.6-liter V8 engine with twin intake performance calibration. Output figures land around a beastly 610 horsepower and roughly 590 pound-feet of torque. The moment you touch the throttle, the response is sharp, commanding, and unapologetically aggressive. The 442 rockets from 0 to 60 in about 3.4 seconds, putting it right in the ring with the Mustang Dark Horse R and the newer Camaro SS Performance Edition. Power delivery stays smooth and linear, and the car feels alive at every RPM. The 10-speed automatic transmission is tuned for performance, giving you lightning-fast shifts while still being comfortable for everyday cruising. In manual mode, the shifts hit with authority, giving you that familiar muscle car excitement. Oldsmobile also offers an optional 6-speed manual for purists who want full control and a pure mechanical feel, making the 442 one of the few modern muscle cars still supporting true manual performance. On the road, the new 442 feels more refined than its old predecessor ever was. Magnetic ride suspension adjusts instantly to bumps and cornering loads, giving you the ability to go from comfortable daily driving to track-ready handling in seconds. The steering is precise, with strong feedback and a weight that feels natural. Oldsmobile engineers clearly wanted this car to be more than just a straight-line monster. In the corners, it stays planted thanks to adaptive dampers, a limited slip differential.